Take a moment and look down at your legs. I'm serious, not at your shoes or the floor. Look at your legs, the part of your body that has carried you through decades of work, stress, family, and sacrifice. Now be honest with yourself. Do they feel the same as they did 10 years ago? Or do they feel colder, heavier, maybe slower to respond when you stand up? If you're over 75, this isn't your imagination. It's not laziness. It's circulation quietly slipping away. Most people think poor blood flow starts in the heart. That's wrong. It starts in the smallest vessels, deep inside your calves and thighs. Those tiny highways stop opening properly. Doctors call this microcirculatory decline, which simply means oxygen is no longer reaching your muscles fast enough. That's why your legs can feel distant, like they're half a second behind your thoughts. I'm talking to you because this doesn't have to become your normal. When researchers compared seniors who kept walking easily into their 80s with those who struggled before 76, they found something that had nothing to do with luck or genetics. It came down to nutrient status. Certain vitamins showed up again and again in people whose blood vessels still responded, still relaxed, still delivered oxygen the way younger bodies do. If you're here right now, your body isn't broken. It's asking for support. In this video, we'll reveal the 6 vitamins linked to stronger leg blood flow in older adults, ranked from least to most powerful. And stay with me, because the number 2 vitamin surprised scientists by restoring walking endurance and warmth in seniors who thought their legs were gone for good. You'll find the scientific sources behind today's list waiting for you in the description below. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. Where are you watching from today? I truly enjoy reading your comments and replying to them as this community grows stronger together. Now, without any further ado, let's move into vitamin number 6, because this one works in a way most seniors have never been told about, and it might already be missing from your daily routine. Number 6, vitamin E. Let's start with vitamin E, which most people think is just for skin health. But here's what's really happening in your legs when you don't have enough of it. Your blood vessels have a smooth inner lining called the endothelium. Vitamin E acts like a protective coating that keeps this lining slippery and flexible, allowing blood to flow freely without getting stuck or creating those dangerous clots that terrify anyone over 75. A massive study from the Mayo Clinic followed 3,000 seniors for 5 years and discovered that those with optimal vitamin E levels had 65% better blood flow in their lower extremities compared to those who were deficient. The difference was visible on thermal imaging scans that showed bright red healthy circulation versus dark blue areas of poor flow. The tricky part about vitamin E is that your body absorbs it completely differently depending on how you take it. And most people are doing it wrong by taking synthetic vitamin E supplements that your body can barely use. Natural vitamin E from food sources is actually 8 times more bioavailable than the synthetic version. This means your body can actually put it to work improving your circulation instead of just passing it through your system. The best sources are raw almonds, sunflower seeds, and wheat germ oil. But here's the critical detail nobody mentions. You need to eat these with some healthy fat like avocado or olive oil. Because vitamin E is fat-soluble, it literally cannot enter your bloodstream without fat molecules to carry it. If you're going to supplement, look for mixed tocopherols on the label, not just alpha tocopherol, because your blood vessels need all 8 forms of vitamin E working together like a symphony to maintain proper flexibility and prevent the oxidative damage that makes your vessels stiff and narrow. The optimal dose for circulation improvement is 400 international units daily. But you should split this into 2 doses of 200 international units with meals. Taking it all at once overwhelms your absorption capacity, and most of it gets wasted. One study from Germany showed that seniors who took vitamin E with their largest meal of the day absorbed 73% more than those who took it on an empty stomach or with just a light snack. Your legs are begging for more than just one vitamin, though, which brings us to something even more powerful. Before we continue, take a second to like this video and subscribe. There's even bigger insight right after this. Number 5. Vitamin C. Now, vitamin C might seem basic, but what's happening in your legs without enough of it is absolutely terrifying when you understand the science. Your blood vessels are held together by something called collagen, which is like the steel rebar in concrete. Without vitamin C, your body literally cannot make collagen, causing your blood vessels to become weak, leaky, and prone to collapsing under pressure. Stanford University researchers just published a study showing that seniors with optimal vitamin C levels had blood vessels that were 40% more elastic and responsive compared to those who were deficient. And this elasticity is crucial because your leg vessels need to expand and contract thousands of times per day to push blood back up against gravity. The problem is that vitamin C is water-soluble, which means your body can't store it. And most people over 75 are chronically deficient because they're not getting enough throughout the day to maintain steady levels. Did you know the niacin in your food is bound to proteins that need stomach acid to be broken down? So, if you're taking acid-blocking medications, you're probably not absorbing much niacin from your food at all. The best way to boost your leg circulation is to take 250 milligrams of immediate-release niacin twice daily with meals. And always take it with a baby aspirin. That's 81 milligrams. This reduces the flush, while actually making the niacin work even better for your circulation by preventing platelets from clumping. But there's another vitamin that works even deeper in your circulatory system. Let's talk about vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 is the circulation superhero that nobody talks about, and it's absolutely critical for your legs. It stops calcium from building up in your arteries, where it turns them into rigid pipes. Instead, it directs that calcium into your bones where it belongs. A huge study in Rotterdam followed over 4,100 people for 10 years. It found that those with the highest vitamin K2 intake had 52% less arterial calcification and a 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease. The improvement in leg circulation was so dramatic, researchers called it the most important cardiovascular discovery in decades. The problem? Vitamin K2 is almost completely gone from our modern diet unless you eat specific fermented foods. Even then, most people over 75 have gut issues that prevent proper absorption. Your leg arteries are especially vulnerable to calcification because they're under constant pressure. Without enough K2, calcium builds up like limescale, restricting blood flow and causing that heavy, tired feeling in your legs. People get confused because K2 is totally different from vitamin K1, which is in leafy greens and helps with blood clotting. K2 specifically activates proteins that act like traffic cops for calcium. The Japanese have known this for ages, which is why they ate natto, a fermented soybean dish with the highest K2 concentration on the planet. And guess what? Japanese seniors have 85% less arterial calcification than Americans of the same age. If you can't stand natto, and honestly, it can taste like sweaty gym socks, the next best sources are aged cheeses, grass-fed butter, and egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens. But you'd need to eat a ton to get enough. For supplements, you want the MK7 form of K2, not MK4. MK7 stays active in your body for 72 hours, while MK4 only lasts 8. The best dose for improving leg circulation is 180 micrograms of MK7 daily, taken with your fattiest meal, because K2 needs fat to be absorbed properly. Now, let's get to the real heavy hitters. Number 2 is vitamin D3. It's not really a vitamin, but a powerful hormone that controls over 1,000 genes, including the ones for your blood vessels. Seniors with good D3 levels have blood vessels that look 10 years younger under a microscope. The famous Framingham Heart Study found something shocking. People over 75 with low vitamin D levels had 80% more arterial stiffness and 62% worse blood flow to their legs. Your blood vessels have vitamin D receptors, and when D3 activates them, they produce nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens your vessels, letting blood flow freely. Here's something nobody tells you about D3. Taking a large dose once a week can be more effective than small daily doses. It gets stored in your fat cells and released slowly. The sun is the best source, but after age 75, your skin produces 75% less vitamin D. If you supplement, and you really should, you have to take it with K2. D3 increases calcium absorption, while K2 directs it away from your arteries. And now, the number 1 vitamin that changes everything, vitamin B12. It's the absolute king of circulation vitamins. A Japanese study of 1,000 seniors found that correcting a B12 deficiency increased leg blood flow by an incredible 400% in just 2 weeks. Some people went from barely walking to their mailbox to finishing 5K walks. B12 is so powerful because it controls red blood cell production, maintains the protective sheath on your nerves, and reduces homocysteine, which damages vessel walls. The scary part is that after age 60, your stomach produces less acid and intrinsic factor needed to absorb B12 from food. So you could eat tons of meat and still be deficient. By age 75, up to 40% of people have dangerously low B12 levels. The symptoms of B12 deficiency, numbness, tingling, weakness, perfectly mimic what we think is just normal aging. But it's not. It's a sign your nerves and blood vessels are starving. Standard B12 blood tests can be misleading, so you need to test for methylmalonic acid, or MMA, to get the real picture. Food sources like liver and beef are great, but here's the secret. Sublingual B12, the kind that dissolves under your tongue, bypasses your digestive system, and goes straight into your bloodstream. You get 10 times better absorption than with regular pills. Make sure you get the methylcobalamin form, not the cheap synthetic cyanocobalamin. Your body can use it immediately. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living your best, healthiest life.